my name is Doris and I'm Little Bird Products. Today what I'm going to show you is an upcycle that I really love to do, and you can apply it to a lot of different things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this really nice Caribbean Joe, it's a petite large denim jacket, and I'm going to pair it with this reversible Kantha blanket that I've cut up, and I serged the sides, but you don't really need to serge the sides if you don't have a serger. What you can do is you can do a zigzag on your sewing machine to finish the cut edges. What I try to do is I try to have the bottom ends of it, what's going to be the bottom, because this is going to go over the side and become kimono sleeves and widen the side of the denim jacket. And I'm going to show you how I take the sleeves off and open the side seams of that denim jacket. You can use the same technique to upcycle just about any top. I use it a lot. The upcycle that I did here and showed another video on for the blue t-shirt graphic tee that I did with the sheets on the sleeves, that one is essentially the same technique. So you can use it on any shirt. Like this petite large is now going to become a jacket that anybody can wear from, you know, medium up to probably a 2X. It might go to a 3X depending on your measurements because of the way that you widen the sides. So it just depends on how much ease you want in it. But you can use it for graphic t-shirts, you can use it for anything because you open it and you put the kimono sleeves on. And also, while I'm using Kantha here because of the weight of the jacket, I like to use sheets, nice sheets, soft sheets, microfiber sheets for my graphic tees. When I use this, I like to put pockets in those. This one, because the front of the jacket already has pockets, I won't be putting pockets in it. Sometimes, depending on the length of the jacket, I will take and put another piece of fabric on the front or on the bottom to lengthen it. I always like to have my shirts and my jackets come down at least 28 inches from the shoulder down to the front, because I like to have my tummy covered, and I like to have normally around the crotch area have that covered, so that's longer but not too long. And then in the back, I like to have it be from the shoulder down about 30 inches. Although when I'm doing some of the jackets, I'll make them a high-low and put lace on the back. Then I can make it a little shorter, maybe 25 inches, and then the back be 28 inches, so that it goes, you know, kind of like this, a nice gradual. And so depending on how tall you are and how long you like your jackets, you can change it like that too. So it's a really nice technique to use to upcycle just about any top or any jacket. I like using it. I think you will too. It's not difficult to do. I also finish the side seams that I open up where I take the sleeves off of all of my jackets, and you can do that again with a zigzag stitch while I have a serger, and I love my girls, my sergers. There's another video on them, the evil queens. And if you've had a serger, you know what I'm talking about. They're machines that I hate, but I love. So, you know, we have a little love-hate relationship, my sergers, and I've had them for years. I bought them used. They're Janome, and I love them dearly when they behave. And you know that every now and then the gremlins will crawl up in your machines and they won't behave very well, and normally you just have to talk to them nicely. And most of the time they'll come out of that. Sometimes I just have to shut them off and go away for the day. I hope you enjoy this video. Please let me know what other videos you would like to see on different techniques. I'm actually thinking about doing one on how I clone my clothes. And this is the top that I clone. I love these lightweight tops in the summertime here in Texas. And I've cloned it a couple of times now, and I'm going to do another one probably this next week, because it is July right now here in Texas, and this is one of the hottest and most humid months. So a lot of you don't like to go sleeveless. Well, sometimes you really need to be sleeveless here in the heat. So enjoy, and thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Bye. All right, now we're going to see how this works. Let's see how we have everything here. I have all of my pieces that I'm going to use for this upcycle, and I'm going to show you these are the pieces of the Kantha blanket, the reversible blanket that I've chosen, and I've already cut those out. And now I'm getting ready to take the sleeves off and open up this jacket. And I'll show you how I'm going to do that. But I'm going to start by opening up the side seam, and I'm going to leave it. I'm going to do it a certain way because I want to leave these little side straps on so you can loosen it or tighten it or whatever you want, because I think they add a little bit to it. So what I'll do is I will open this up, but I will open it and leave this back seam intact because that's where this is attached. So I want to make sure to keep that attached and give myself enough that I can finish this seam. I'm going to open this up here like this. Now when I get up here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up, but I'm going to leave this sleeve, the seam on it. I'm going to kind of open it up this way because I want to serge this side seam. So I'm going to be going around like this, like that. Basically, it's the same thing for whatever jacket style you do. You open up the side seam and you take the sleeves off. And this is the same way you would do it if you were doing a t-shirt. So they're essentially the same. So there's the first one. I always save the sleeves because I try to make pockets out of them or make other garments. And then what I'll do is I will, you can see how this is cut off. I will take this a little bit, and when it gets up here to the top, see how this comes in, I will kind of add a little, make that less curved and maybe more of a little V here, because I kind of keep them together like that. And I want this shoulder seam, which is right there, essentially that'll be like that. I want this to be a little more just V. See how that is, like that. And then you come down here. I want it to be kind of like that. Okay. See, so it's not quite so curved in. And now I will do the same thing with this side. Open it up. And in this case, I'm going to open it up towards the front a little, just like I did on the other one, because I want to preserve that back like that, and I want to give myself enough room to serge that seam. So that makes it a little different. If you don't have that kind of thing you want to preserve, you just go straight up. Okay, and then when I get up here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'll just follow right along that seam of that sleeve. Like this. I have my bigger Ingear Good fabric scissors. These are the big ones. I don't use them as much. I have arthritis in my hands, so they're a little heavy to use, but I like to use them on denim. Normally I have my hand brace on, but of course I forgot to put it on this morning like everything, so just take some more Tylenol when I go to bed tonight. That, like that. Then I do the same thing. We're here. I pull that up. And where I like it to be, like that. Put that together, right there. Make this again just a little bit so it's less of a curve in, like that a little bit. Same way down here. Just make that more of a gentle thing rather than a big old curve in. Now I'm going to go finish these seams, and I'll be back in just a moment. Okie dokie then, and we're back. And I have serged the sides of this so you can see what it looks like. And I actually had to go back on one of the sides and use a little bit of a zigzag stitch, which you can see there. And now what we'll do is just like we did with our other jacket, with the shirt that was more linen, we'll take, I had measured the length from here to here for what we were going to do with the fabric, and I have my pieces that I'm going to use, and I think I'm going to, with this one, make the more orange piece be that, and I want it to be on the outside. So what I will do is, like I said, I like the front to be maybe 28 inches. I like to have the back be a little longer, and the front of this from the shoulder down is about 22, 25, and I want the back to be a little longer. So probably what I'll do is just judge it right about here. So this below the front is 4 inches. That's what that is. So what I will do is these and put clips, put it in, do that, and just like I did the other one, I'm going to do this, and then I'll measure also how much longer it is in the back, and then I'll make sure that on the other side it comes out exactly the same. So I made quite a few of these shirts like this. I say shirts in that it's really, this is a jacket, but you can do it with a shirt, you can do it, like I said before, you can do it with a t-shirt. The whole technique works, you know, no matter whether it's a shirt or a t-shirt. And while I'm using Kantha, you can use just about anything, you know, that your little heart desires, that it goes with your fabric. Now, I measured this one, and this, the back, is a little over 6 inches longer. So, the front's 4, the back's 6. Now, I'll take the other side. Back, make that 6, so that would be right there. I love my clips. If you haven't ever used these sewing clips, they are fantastic to use. So much better than pins on a lot of things. Some things you really need the pins on, but not this. And now, this really is a great treatment for the way it is. Yep, that's just exactly 4 inches down on the bottom. And this hangs really nice, I think, because of the kimono sleeves. And some more of my little clips here. I like clipping everything. It just keeps me on the straight and the narrow when I do things. Most of the time it keeps me on the straight and narrow. Can't say I'm always on the straight and narrow because, you know, you never know what's going to happen. That's part of the fun. And, you know, there's nothing that can't be rescued. It's not open heart surgery. And let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe a little more, but that'll be okay. Not the end of the world. We will go from here. this is on my plus size mannequin, so you can see how that petite large jacket, now it'll fit me, and that's approximately a 2X. So it's just, I think it's just a wonderful way to upcycle those clothes that are a little small, you know, just make them into something different, cute. And here you can see the final product. And yes, I decided to put a ruffle in the back to make that a little bit longer. So it's about 28, 29 inches in the back. And I love how it looks. And of course, I had to get the little elephant on the back.